Hello everyone, this is Zoltar, and welcome to another episode of Darkest Dungeon. Last time didn't go so well. We had our third character die, you know, because crit, blight, no dodge. And then the second we get down and actually have to deal with a death blow, it goes right on through. So, it was a string of exceptionally bad luck. I think the only way I could have possibly gotten out of the situation was to leave the fight, run away from the fight, and then just leave the dungeon instantly so that we didn't just flat out die. So I guess I could have done that, and we could have just sacrificed the whole run then and there. I didn't think it would be necessary against the hallway fight. I was wrong. As it turns out, our remaining 3 members managed to finish the mission. A little worse for wear, but not, you know, they got it done. Unfortunately, now we have to work on retraining a Hellion. And that's going to take forever. But, so I figured we'd go ahead and get started. Lots of food. Thankfully, we still have a lot of money laying around. We do have to be a little bit more careful with it because we're not running any high-level dungeons right now. Which we could fix at some point, but we're not doing right now. We'll just take, actually, 3 shovels this time. We'll bring some anti-venom. Some bandages. Some keys. And plenty of torches. Alright. I'll be honest, I'm still kind of annoyed that she died.
They breed quickly down there in the dark. But perhaps we can slay them even faster.
Now, I should have gone through and actually stacked up trinkets on this group instead of on the group that I'm not using at all right now, but maybe we can do that after this mission. Assuming these people actually make it out alive, because we did have some really good trinkets. We had some really good trinkets. It just, they weren't enough, apparently. And I guess some of the trinkets did get buffed fairly recently in a recent patch. We can tell that the deteriorating bracer, for example, is stronger than it used to be. So we'll want to go through all of those at some point. It's just last time I was a little annoyed about it. And so I didn't go through the trinkets at the end. Alright. Yeah, just go for a stun. Sure, why not? Hey, it worked. What do you know? Stab that guy. Hit that guy. I still wish I could just set up like a default order for my group. Like, just say that the order I enter in is set to my default, right? What happens if I try and burn these? Probably nothing, if I remember right. Yeah. I don't even remember what I can do to these, if anything. I can go read them. Yeah, it didn't work too well. Oh well. Anyways, I would really like it if when I popped into a dungeon, at least, you know, I could say that that is the order I want my people to be in, and then just after every fight, just hit a button and reset it back to that order instead of having to rearrange all of them manually. It's just like, it's the small stuff at that point, right? But it's just like, oh, well, why not do that? How much... I know it's one extra UI element, but it shouldn't be too hard to implement anywhere. You've already got a couple of things on the map. You could just put it there. You know, things of that nature. I don't know. Well, anyway. Let's get back to actually killing people. That was a strong hit. Alright, let's go ahead and see if we can finish off the spawn. There we are. And the Marcher goes down next. At least these guys are actually hitting pretty hard right now. We've gotten a bunch of high rolls and a dodge there. I guess that kind of helps make up a little bit for last run. Let's just go ahead and throw the knife. Now that's a crit and a half. Yeah. Okay, dodge. Nice. Only 25 dodge on her. That's impressive. And we're going for a heal. Goodbye. Where were these crits last time? That's my only question right now. Why now? Any one crit could have cleaned up that whole fight we were in last time, and we never got a single one. And then we get a fight like this where we don't need them, and they're not showing. They're just everywhere. Oh, it just makes me sad. All right, I think you're actually much better at traps. So, well, that's what I get for thinking.
Traps lie in wait, unsprung and thirsting for blood.
Hello. All right, this is a bigger fight. Okay. Well, we can go after the spawn, or we can go after the Marcher. So I'm kind of leaning toward the Marcher. He's a little bit easier to reach, a little bit easier to actually take down. And he hadn't taken a turn yet this turn, so... Ooh, not good. Well, at least she has an accuracy buff now, which I guess will help out a little bit. Okay. Man, why are you quite that stressed out? I know you hit that weird thing, but 53 stress is a lot. I totally missed why that happened. Not enough for the kill, because we didn't get a crit. Did you just come in here with a boatload of stress that I wasn't paying attention to? I guess that could have happened. Oh well. We don't really want to go for a stun. We could just hit a heal. It's kind of effective. Might be better just to tear through him, though. Well, that's all you can do. That's all you can do. There we are.
Alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade. Well struck.
Good, good, good. Oh, it was probably the trap she hit that contributed to her stress that much. That would make some sense. That would make some sense. I'm really out of it today, guys, and I'm kind of annoyed at this game, and I'm kind of annoyed at what I just finished up doing because I encountered what I would consider a pretty serious flaw in a different game, so it's just kind of... Oh, man. It's been a day already, and it's like noon. Just a small heal. Not a big deal. Throw a knife at that dude. I'd love to finish him off. I don't know if we actually can, though, this round. So instead, we'll just start chopping through these people that we are nowhere close to killing. And I guess we could Wicked Hack this guy. We could also just go for a stun, but that gives me that damage debuff, and that crit worked out rather well, so I'll take it. Alright. That does almost nothing, interestingly enough. Okay. Oh, shut up, please. Why don't you just... Let's see. I could have you stab this guy or just throw a knife at this guy. Let's do the knife for now. Yay, an accuracy buff. Hew. Ah. Not what I was going for. Fine then. And a bleed. Okay. Dodged though, so not a big deal. I still don't know why it's a crunching backhand and he stabs you with his lance, but I don't know if I'll ever know the answer to that one. One thing I will say I enjoy about the game now is definitely that the colors have been redone. I kind of wish, to some degree, that I was able to pick the colors, but I understand not being able to pick the colors because in some ways it wouldn't make sense, but it would just kind of be fun, and I haven't seen a way to do it yet. It could be that I'm just missing it. Oh, never mind. There's a switch outfit button. There, I found it, guys. There, now I don't have to complain about it anymore. Alright. So you can pick the colors. I'll just leave it as it was for now, but... That's what I get for not investigating enough before opening my mouth. Alright, can't carry any of that. How much of it do I actually want to bring back? I don't need portraits all that badly. I kind of want the herbs for running around this place. I'm almost tempted just to leave all of it behind. Just like, whatever. I could get rid of the bandages. I'm not really using those right now. Take the gold, though, not the portraits. just to make sure I can keep going on missions easily. It's the only reason I'm concerned about gold at all. Alright. We do have a camp at some point, so I'll have to keep that in mind. We'll probably camp once I've gone through this entire wing, and then I'm backtracking, basically. Grave robber. There we are. Disarmed that trap just fine. Okay, eat. Thank you. Now, another option I have is if I didn't want to just raise up another Hellion and take on the boss with them, I could switch to my other group. That's level 3 and 4-ish right now, because it seems very strong. The Bounty Hunter Occultist group seems like it could get a lot of work done, potentially. And so that's another thing I am going to have to consider, is potentially just leveling up that group and using them for the bosses instead, and I might switch into that. I'll just have to think about it. I'll still want to level a Hellion at some point and this Grave Robber, but that might be a better option in the short term.
Obliterated.
Works for me.
A devastating blow.
Okay, that's fine. We don't really need portraits. We need crests potentially a little bit more, actually, so. Because we got to that stage where we were done upgrading all the crucial stuff, like the blacksmith and the weaponsmith. You know, just the blacksmith in general with his weapons and armor. And suddenly everything left needed crests, which was like the nomad trinkets and the... Yeah, the nomads for the trinkets, and then the campfire with the survivalist. Just takes boatloads of crests. It's like, alright then. I guess we can do that. It's just a little silly. Exactly how many they require. Alright. We're going to camp in just a moment here. Shouldn't be too big a deal. I should actually... oh, whatever. I'm just trying to think. I keep thinking about what I could have done differently, and I think it honestly comes down to leave the fight and just leave the dungeon instantly afterward and just give up the mission and all that gold. Because I think I had the gold left over where that was actually an acceptable thing to have done. And, it just frustrates me.
Circle in the dark.
Oh, if we feast, we are out of food.
Won.
Do we have a stress eater here? I can't even check. Why can't I check right now? Do I take the risk of feasting? It's a big risk. I don't even know why I'm consuming more food right now. I think I have, maybe I have a trinket equipped that makes me consume more food. Usually I have plenty of food, so that's not an issue, but not this time it seems. Let's just get full then. No stress relief. No need to let the mask down. Do you have extra? Yeah, you have other stuff as well. I think we're going to have to try some gallows humor, actually. And we could also forage. Don't really want to pilfer. Alright, let's try gallows humor. Okay. Well, that kind of helped a bit on stress. It at least redistributed it a bit better. We could pray if we wanted to. It could help out a little bit more. Let's see. Did I actually get you? Yeah, I got you sharpened spear, which is good. We're not going to reject the gods because I don't see that helping very much at all. But we can at least sharpen spear. For a little extra damage. You should have reflection available. Don't know if we're actually going to do that. And then you have bless available, which is actually very tempting. Why don't we bless here? I'm really tempted just to forage to make sure I have plenty of food. What is consuming my food, though? Okay, yes. The Grave Robber only Raider's Talisman. Plus 100% food consumed. I'm going to have to keep that in mind, because I brought a lot of food. And then I just hit hunger a lot, is what happened, and it caused a problem. Well, let's see if we can find some more food. It's really not a very good skill. Oh well.
As the light gains purchase, spirits are lifted, and purpose is made clear.
Oh, may as well just take it. We've got the space now. And we got a fight. Alright, a couple corpse eaters and a slavering ghoul, but they're surprised, so hopefully it won't be too big a deal taking these guys down. We'll just actually go for some area of effect damage with our surprise round to make the most out of it. Oh yeah, go for a stun, maybe. Nah, not a stun. Let's go for a hit. Break through. And then hew. Oh, it worked. Okay, these guys are actually so low level I don't even have all their stuff upgraded yet. That throws me off a lot. Oh well. Lunge. Come on. That didn't quite work out like I was hoping, but oh well. We should still be able to make it bleed if we need to. We can still judge it, which did not work out very well at all. And hopefully we can just finish it off. I'm just going to go for an Intimidate for the extra accuracy.
The greater the glory.
Alright, use a torch, take the portraits, and let's keep moving. Stuff, yay. Okay. I think we'll just actually pitch the Onyx. I could have also just pitched like the Deeds, that would have been a better call. Alright, let's go ahead and head backwards to at least get to this chest. Maybe do the fight as well. What does this take? Does this take herbs? Yeah. Plus 30% damage. That's really, really nice. If I'd been paying attention, I probably would have put it on the Hellion. But it's okay on the Grave Robber anyway. Do we want a Flashing Daggers? Probably not, actually. I'd much rather than put damage on this guy. I just want to pull him forward. So instead, we'll actually just lunge, I think. Nah, we don't want to lunge. Let's just throw a knife. It's not bad damage these days, actually. Alright, we dodged the blanket fire. That's really, really fortunate. We could go for just a hit here. We missed anyway. That sucks. Okay. Let's see. Better accuracy is if it bleeds. So we'll just make sure to finish him off. And then we'll tear through this one. Oh! I'm having a flashback right now. It's not a pleasant one.
How quickly the tide turns.
Alright, now we'll go ahead and lunge. Yeah, now you know what it feels like, jerk. Rushed shot, doing its standard nothing, so that's fantastic. We'll actually go ahead and heal a little bit. And we'll heal a little bit more. Yeah, why not? Breakthrough. There. Did nothing. Good, got the stun. Yeah, heal more, sure, why not? I'm going to be upset if I get hit by the stress again, because it's like, I really don't think the stress should come out quite as fast as it does. I get you don't want people just stun locking their way through everything, but it comes out super fast. And on top of that, there's already a stress punishment in place for skipping turns, right? Like if you just hit skip, your hero suffers stress. So why, if you found a way to use game mechanics to skip turns without skipping turns, it seems odd to have another punishment on top of that, which they added in because players were like, well, I really want to heal, so I guess I'll just skip turns as often as I can. And then they also added a mechanic to make that harder by increasing something stun resist when it got stunned. And it's just like, I feel like there was an overzealous response to all of that in this game. Like, just a little too much. Just made everything a little bit awkward. Let's go ahead and try and get rid of this weak grip on life. Yep, we got rid of it. Nice. We need to move this back into place and then try the trap, which did not succeed.
Mechanical hazards possessed by evil intent.
Man, traps. I hate traps. I really just hate traps. It's like, roll a die. Here we go.
In Radiance, may we find victory.
But I pretty much hate traps in every game, because that's always what it feels like, is just, time to roll dice. At least every game that kind of uses that more D&D system of traps where you just kind of have to take a chance at disarming it. Alright. I don't think we can actually do anything to this. Oh, I can't shovel it? What about set it on fire? Also, our keys have been unhelpful this run. Let's ignore the pile of bones. Probably just stress us out. Well, we know there's a fight in that last room because we haven't completed 100% of all room battles yet, but it looks like it's going to be the last fight. Why don't you check out the scrawlings this time? They're dull and uninteresting. Found another torch, which I guess is fine. Oh, there was a fight. I just wasn't paying attention. Oh well. I meant to use a torch too. That didn't work out either. Oh, that hurts. Alright, at least that one didn't crit. Well, we got unlucky on speed this time, didn't we? I guess they are all super fast compared to us, but... Yikes. That was painful. Alright, we could start healing up. I think we will. I think we can get through the 2 damage dealers with just our other 3 characters. Because Breakthrough and Hugh and Flashing Daggers and so on and so forth. Good. Hopefully that'll just leave... Ah, dodge. He's really not very accurate at all. Gotta find a way to fix that. I just don't like... And I don't think I will ever be okay with this idea of when you get a random positive effect, it randomly deletes one of your old positive effects because it completely destroys the idea of tailoring your character the way you want to. Which seems like it could be part of the fun of the game. I wanted to say it seems like it is part of the game, but let's be honest, it's not part of the game right now as it stands. But it could be. Alright, we got the dodge. That's fortunate. And I don't really understand in a lot of ways why it's not at this point. Why it wasn't built that way.
As victories mount, so too will resistance.
I don't really care about Jade, so I guess we'll just take the portraits. We're a little injured going into this one, but we have some food we can just tear through to fix that, because we are not going to have to eat again this run, so let's go ahead and do that ahead of time.
A blazing star is born.
That'll work. And here we go.
Destroyed.
Good start. Good start, for sure. Okay. Let's just go for a stun. Alright. Got the stun. That's very, very nice. And I guess we'll just start tearing through the swine tar. I was hoping for that crit. Unfortunately, I still have this massive damage debuff going on right now, right? Because I used Breakthrough a lot last run. Or last fight. And that stacked up that debuff pretty hard. Okay, 1 hit. Not too bad. We can just Flashing Daggers here. And, okay. And we're most of the way through the fight already. We'll just go for a Judgment. 5 damage is all we're going to need. A Breakthrough should clean things up for us fairly easily. Ah. Keyword being should. I didn't even pay attention to how much damage it actually did. I thought it would be okay, but oh well. Yeah, 4 to 6 is what I rolled on Breakthrough, I have to assume. Why is my damage so low? That's really weird. Whatever. I feel like that's super low, even with whatever modifier I have going on for Breakthrough. Well, maybe not. Maybe I just wish Breakthrough did more damage. Regardless, we cleaned it up easily, so I'll take it.
But a victory nonetheless.
And let's just get out of here. That thing's probably going to do nothing good for us.
Experiments should have never happened. You are doing just work ending them.
6 Resolve XP and some not awful things happening for the most part. Then Blooded is not good. Flawed Release is actually whatever on him. Like, it's completely irrelevant. So, all in all, a decent run.
Once
Our estate was the envy of this land.
You got to admit, the Abbey cleans up stress super fast these days now that it's fully upgraded, so at least they're all good to go whenever they have a friend back. So that's nice. That's definitely nice. And, well, that should just about do it for this run. None of them leveled up. I don't think I can do anything to them at the guild or at the blacksmith either, because they're all still level 3. These two I should actually go ahead and patch up before I forget. So let's give them... We've got the Widowmaker and Death's Head. And over here we've got the Mentor's Skull and Dark Inquisition. So that'll be helpful in keeping them alive. We can also take them to the guild. Just level up the stuff we actually use for now. Maybe level up other stuff later. But that all works for me for the time being. And I think that's going to go ahead and do it for this episode. Next time, I'm not really entirely sure what we're going to do. We have options, right? We can take this first group on through and just try and level them up and finally plug this character in up here, which we want to do eventually. But we can also just keep going with this group and let them try their hand at the bosses. I think they could be quite good at it. With the combination of things like Holy Lance and the marking effect here for the massive takedowns with our bounty hunter, who also can do planned takedown ahead of time for big damage on big monsters. He can do This Is How We Do It potentially as well. There are some really good skills to consider. There's also stuff like Dark Strength we can use and just put everything into our bounty hunter. So I'm kind of leaning that direction. I should make sure not to skip the sanitarium for the time being. So if I want to level up this group, but I want them to take on bosses eventually as well. So, okay, there's nothing to remove here. Or no, there's a lot to remove here. Never mind. We'll never drink. Stress resist down. Stress eater. It's all kind of bad. Let's just start cleaning up this group while we level this group up, and then we'll switch into this group once we're done cleaning them up for a little while. And we'll just keep working that way, kind of like we did with these two groups. Okay. Let's get rid of Zoophobia first. I'm not too worried about some of these. They're just kind of awkward. Vine Dragon doesn't have anything to clean up. That's nice. Here we need to get rid of Slow Reflexes, because that's pretty bad. Here we need to get rid of Warren's Phobe. They're not too bad. So we'll take this group next time, but after that we might be able to start in on these guys. So let's see. Next time we're probably going to be going on this long run here. We'll go after the Book of Sanity, not that we're ever going to use it probably, because debuff resist and stun resist. But it's a long mission. It'll get us a lot of Resolve XP and should work out very well. So thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see you next time.